Hi, welcome to Finivize. The war of search engines has just begun, but who will win? Google has been dominating the search engine industry for years, with over 90% market share of global internet search, but it was suddenly caught off guard by the arrival of ChatGPT, and most especially by the collaboration with Microsoft Bing that intended to link the AI to its internet search. Google has been working on the subject for years as well, but it is obvious they weren't expecting such a swift movement from a weak competitor. What would be the fate of this giant tech company? What is at stake for internet users, website owners, and even online advertisers? We will address them all in this video, so sit back and enjoy. Initially called Backrub, the giant search engine Google was founded by the duo Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1998. Of course, search engines or internet portals have existed since the early days of the internet, but the invention of Google revolutionized the industry. Google began as an internet search company, but it currently provides over 50 internet services and products. Furthermore, Google handles more than 90% of global online search inquiries, making it one of the top 4 influential corporations in the high-tech sector, alongside Apple, IBM, and Microsoft. Who could have imagined that the little firm that once started off in a humble garage in the city of Menlo Park, California, is now worth an over $1,148 billion. $1,148 billion. So, why would such a giant tech company feel threatened by the emergence of a new competitor? The extraordinary financial growth of Google is due to nothing else than paid advertisements. Roughly 60% of Google's revenue comes from Google Search, and Google monetized its search engine through Google AdWords, which enables the company to earn revenue through pay-per-click advertising across several platforms. That will change with the launch of ChatGPT, since the idea of searching for things by scanning endlessly through a list of websites will soon become old-fashioned. Why not just ask for what you want from ChatGPT and have your concise compiled answers? What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a conventional chatbot that is capable of responding to any query in a human-like manner and has been the fastest app in history to reach 100 million users. It has been trained on copious amounts of text data to be able to understand and generate text in multiple languages. Bing, Microsoft's search engine and Google's rival, decided to team up with OpenAI to create more efficient search, or at least something like the search results from the web, in order to enrich the AI database and provide more updated and optimized results. Sources claimed Microsoft invested $10 billion in OpenAI over multiple years, and now has access to one of the world's best AI technology. In return, Microsoft has also used its partnership with OpenAI to revamp its own big search engine and improve its browser. On February 7th, Microsoft unveiled a new Bing search engine which runs on a next-generation OpenAI large language model, customized specifically for search. Undoubtedly, this is a game changer. This raised alarms within Google as they sought help from their founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, to strategize on how to integrate chatbot features into Google's search engine, and devising a plan for the company's AI operations. In their response to ChatGPT, according to reports from the New York Times, Google plans to launch a demo version of its search engine with chatbot features and unveil more than 20 AI products this year. Whereas not so long ago, sometimes in December 2022, Google executives claimed to be worried that despite investing heavily in AI technology, moving too fast to roll it out could harm the company's reputation. I guess things are changing quickly, not after Google announced it's laying off more than 12,000 employees in January 2023 and focusing on AI as a domain of primary importance. This is getting really serious. Apparently, Google is forced to put the safety issues on the back seat and jumpstart the launching of the AI products, because any further delay might ruin the company. Can we all imagine what will happen when Microsoft integrates ChatGPT with MS Office products? Billions of users and thousands of governments use it for daily operations, not only internet searches, but for work. They've already tried it on Microsoft Teams, so this is a matter of survival of the fittest. When Google went on code red, they really meant it. And in their bid to confront the challenge, last week, Google tweeted a promotional video about their AI chatbot, Bard, powered by LaMDA. Unfortunately, Bard was spotted giving an incorrect answer in this promo clip. Within 24 hours, Google lost over $100 billion in market value. That's huge. What is Bard from Google? Bard is a natural language model developed by Google that aims to improve natural language understanding and generation. Like ChatGPT, Bard is based on a neural network architecture called Transformer and uses massive training on textual data to improve its performance. However, there are some differences between Bard and GPT Chat. Bard was designed with a more specific goal in mind, namely to improve the understanding of natural language search queries on Google. It is also optimized to run on mobile devices, which means it is lighter and faster than many other natural language models. Bard is still currently undergoing a series of testing, and Google executives are yet to disclose when the app could go public. We are aware of the urgency, but we also feel the huge responsibility involved. We certainly do not want to mislead the public. Bard initially will be available to a group of trusted testers before being made accessible to the entire public later this year, explained Google CEO Sundar Pichai in a recent interview. Now, users are left with a dilemma: ChatGPT or Google? Which will give the best answers? How would this end? No matter the effort Google is putting in, ChatGPT has taken over the world. Elon Musk, who was one of the founders of OpenAI before leaving, once said, "ChatGPT is scary good. We are not far from a dangerously strong AI." Sam Altman, OpenAI's chief, said on Twitter that ChatGPT had more than 1 million users in its first 5 days after launching. According to an analysis by Swiss bank USB, ChatGPT is the fastest growing app of all time. Because ChatGPT is still in its research stage, it is free to use. Everyone can access ChatGPT simply by visiting chat.openai.com and creating an OpenAI account. Once you sign in, you can start chatting away with ChatGPT. Although due to the flock of people using it, there are times the server cannot process your request. This does not mean you will not ever be able to access it. It just means you should try visiting the site later when fewer people are trying to access it, or opt for the paid option, which costs $20 per month. This pro plan allows users to experience faster access even during peak times and have priority access to new features and improvements. This AI seems impressive. However, there is a difference between ChatGPT and a search engine. ChatGPT is a language model designed to hold a conversation with the end user, while a search engine analyzes web pages on the internet to assist users in finding the information they asked for. ChatGPT does not have the ability to conduct online searches. It has only been trained to answer questions, such as writing essays, describing art in great detail, making AI art prompts, and having philosophical discussions, and it can also code for you. It uses the information it learned from training data to generate a response, which leaves room for error. Perhaps when its integration into the Bing search engine becomes functional, things might change. Even at that, ChatGPT still has limitations. What are ChatGPT's limitations? This includes the inability to respond to queries that are too long or wordy. Thus, it requires a reformulation for it to properly grasp the question. A more serious drawback is a lack of quality in the responses it provides, which might sometimes sound logical but not coherent or be excessively repetitive. Instead of asking for clarification on confusing queries, which is the case of the Google search engine, the AI simply guesses what your inquiry means, which can result in unexpected replies. Another concern with the AI chatbot is the possible spread of misinformation. Since the bot only compiles information based on an assumption to understand your question, but cannot verify, it may share incorrect information. The bot itself says, "My comments are not intended to be taken as a reality, and I always advise individuals to verify any information they get from me or any other source." Even the founders noted that ChatGPT can write plausible-sounding yet wrong answers. Aside from all these, the possible consequences of AI-powered search engines could be disastrous in the long run. The idea that AI replaces search engines is terrifying. A question that comes to mind is if all results of search engines will be based on historical data and AI-generated data, be it Google Bard or ChatGPT. Would this mean the death of content creators that write the articles and blogs where this data is originally from? How would this be sustainable in the future if no new content will be written anymore since AI has taken over? Obviously, just the mere mundane summarization of what was previously said hundreds of times will mostly get automated. Come to think of it, if eventually most content will be written by AI, then summarized and regurgitated by AI with no human content creation involved, what becomes of human knowledge? centralized and then controlled by those AI bot companies. Looks like a new way to tell people what to think, learn, know, and buy. Even amidst the battle and competition of who comes up with the best AI chatbot, Google warns against the impending danger of AI chatbots. In a newspaper interview published on Saturday, 11th of February, the CEO of Google search engine warned against the pitfalls of such chatbots, even as they struggled to compete with the blockbuster software ChatGPT. He said, "This kind of artificial intelligence we're talking about right now might sometimes lead to something we term hallucination, because it has the capacity to express itself in such a convincing way, but entirely fabricated answer." One of the most important objectives, he continued, is to keep this to a minimum. And we hope they achieve this by maintaining a level of transparency in the sourcing of data, as we keep our fingers crossed, hoping to see who wins the war. Enjoy the video? Now watch this one.